everybody? Welcome back to Stars Align Universe. Today's video is going to be a Neptune YouTube bonus reading. So what does that mean? So that means that this is technically a Ko-Fi reading. Therefore, if you're seeing this before it's put on Ko-Fi, congratulations, you got a little preview on what's available on Ko-Fi. This will change as I get more subscribers on YouTube. I won't be doing this as much, but I am trying to kind of get people to understand what it is I will be posting on my Ko-Fi, but it will be put up. So I only have so many subscribers on this channel anyway, so it doesn't really matter at the current moment. Okay, so with that being said, because Neptune was one of my highest viewed YouTube videos this month, that is why we are doing a bonus reading for the Neptune. Okay, so sorry, I got the sniffles today. What's that mean? We're gonna do this a little bit differently. It's not gonna be a one card pull like it was for the YouTube video. It is going to have a little bit more, but not too much more, because yeah, there's really, let's just get into this. Let's cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse my energy in my space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse my energy and my space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Okay. And then we're going to cleanse my energy and my space, please. All right. So, Spirit Guide, Guardian Angels, Ancestors, I ask for you to join me in this reading today for all signs for the Neptune placements. Okay. We are going to start with the fire signs, and we're going to go Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. And how it's going to work is we're going to take 3 cards for the fire element, and then there'll be 1 card for Aries, 1 card for Leo, and 1 card for Sagittarius for your Neptune placement. Now, this may resonate through your sun sign, right? And the Neptune placement is just kind of a saying here. So starting with the fire signs, we'll get 3 cards and then 1 card for each. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, what is their collective energy here for the Neptune placement? Okay. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, what is their information? All right. Then we're going to go into the 1 card for Aries, right? 1 card for Leo, and then 1 card for Sagittarius. Okay, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, your collective energy here is right here. However, that would be the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Tower in reverse. So I'm going to read this as Aries. I'm going to read this as the Aries, and then I'll go Leo, then Sagittarius, and then the collective. Okay, so overall, lack of quality, low skill, lack of motivation for the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and then recovery from financial loss, and then the Tower. Okay, so, and that's sudden changes. So Aries, what I see for you is you may be feeling a little bit of lack of quality, right? Maybe you aren't really working, or you're not working your desired job, or something like that resonates with you. Okay. You may have to recover a little bit from financial loss. Some of you may be dealing with financial loss, and some of you may be trying to find ways to get out of financial loss. Okay. With the Tower, there is going to be some kind of changes, or you're already experiencing these changes. Okay. But then you have the Death card, and that is definitely solidifying here that you will have changes and more changes, ending of a cycle, transition, getting rid of excess, new opportunities for you on the horizon. Okay. So Leo, what do you have for you? Once again, you may be feeling a little bit of lack here. Okay. Maybe also dealing with financial loss or recovery from financial loss, possibly. However, I'm also seeing some of you maybe overcoming adversity, okay, or changes or something, right? You also have changes for you, Leo, okay? But I do see a big seize the moment with the Knight of Swords, and it's telling you that whatever it is that you are going to see the changes are, it is going to be positive, and it may be very swift moving, right? Having that determination to see the changes follow through is kind of what I'm getting for you, Leo. Okay. And then finally, Sagittarius, once again, maybe dealing with some kind of lack of, maybe you're not happy in work, whatever, right? Recovering from financial loss. You could have changes in your life that you're having to deal with. Maybe those changes are helping you see the end of financial loss, right? Tower card shows obviously changes for you, but with you, these changes might lead you into some kind of creative opportunities, okay, with that Page of Cups. So I do like that. Some of these changes may be more into the emotional aspect for you as well. That's something to note, and that might be like business or something, whatever that resonates with you, okay? And yeah, sorry, I read the overall part first. Anyways, moving on to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we're going to take 3 cards for your collective energy and then 1 card for each of you, okay? So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, what is their collective energy for the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? What is their current energy here in the Neptune placement? All right, so moving on, what is the Taurus exact placement here? What is the Virgo exact placement here? And then what is the Capricorn exact placement here for their Neptune energy? Okay, so you have the Strength card in reverse, the King of Cups, and the Lovers in reverse. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your Neptune energy, you might have a little bit of self-doubt or disbelief on something that it is that you want to create or achieve, right? With the King of Cups, excuse me, sorry. You may see a little bit of wisdom, right? Or innovative kind of ideas, or, just creative endeavors. I do see for some of you. Some of you may not be able to speak exactly what it is that you want to create. So I do see for some of you maybe having to like draw a plan or something, okay? With the Lovers in reverse, I do see some kind of conflict, imbalance, or trust issues. That could also resonate with maybe worried about making bad choices in some kind of creative endeavor, okay? So that's your overall. Taurus, with that, with the whole self-doubt, I do see some of you may have moving on to like a creative endeavor, and then a little bit of conflict or imbalance in yourself. And that is going to be a reminder for you with the 4 of Swords to take the time out to rest, relax, and recuperate so that you're not mentally beating yourself up too much, okay? Some of you may be fearful of the choices you're going to make for this kind of project you want to achieve, right? Okay, so this is just kind of a reminder to take that time to have a break, but don't let your mental like screw you up, okay? Having a break for your mental sanity is good, but don't let it hold you back from achieving or trying to achieve, right? Because you never actually know until you try. Okay, Virgo, you have the 3 of Pentacles. So for you, I do see a little bit of even low energy for some of you, okay? Not really sure where you're going, needing to have strength, okay? Maybe lacking strength, but knowing that you're gonna need strength for this next step. Okay, King of Cups, I do see a little bit of like creative endeavors, right? Some of you may have some kind of innovative, inventive kind of idea, right? But you need to be diplomatic on who you're going to pursue for this and if you should, right? Because you do have a little bit of knowing or inner knowing of possible conflict or even somebody trying to screw you over, okay, in short notice, okay? With the 3 of Pentacles, I do see possible teamwork, collaboration, and some kind of like great recognition happening for you. As long as you choose who you actually believe in is going to work for you if you're in this kind of innovative kind of endeavor, okay? With the 8 of Cups in reverse for our Capricorns, I do see for you, you may have a little bit of self-doubt right now about something, okay? This is for some reason showing up as a love more, or it could be something that you want to work on. However, with that Neptune placement, I do see definitely more something you want to work on. But for some of you, love is kind of bursting their way through the door for you, Capricorn. So little bit of uncertainty right here with the Strength card in reverse. Then you have the King of Cups. So I do see some kind of like kindness, wisdom, innovative, but I also see creative endeavors, okay? But then I see a little bit of conflict, okay, which could lead to a little bit of indecision, okay? Definitely for some of you, if you have to travel, there could be a little bit of issues with travel documents, is what I'm being shown. So that is kind of a warning to make sure you have all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed. All right. And that's all I really have for you. Moving on to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we have for you? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, please. What do we have for you? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we have for you? Okay, 3 cards for the collective energy and then 1 card for each sign individually. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, what do we have? We have, woo, hello. Okay, we have the Chariot in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hangman in reverse. So for you guys, that is going to be interesting. Give me a sec. 1 card for Gemini, 1 card for Libra, please. 1 card for Aquarius. Okay, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's start with the overall. Chariot in reverse. Some of you may feel a little bit of lack of direction right now with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Definitely seeing a little bit of maybe uncertainty of where you're going to go in finances, business, or something like that. Okay, with the Hangman in reverse, I do see a little bit of stagnation. Okay, Gemini, for you, you have a lack of direction or self-discipline, or some of you have like opposition kind of energy, maybe your own opposition, or other people around you don't think that you can achieve what it is you want to achieve. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I do see some of you that lack of motivation kind of carrying on. I do see many of you like definitely working through it, but sometimes you have to like maybe cut down the work a little bit and move it to the next day, which I know sucks, but it's so that you don't completely burn out and have absolutely no motivation at all for future endeavors, right? Then with the Hangman in reverse, it is a little bit of stagnation kind of energy. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there. And then here you have the Temperance. So this is telling you to be patient with yourself, gain that self-control, right? Cooperating with others and finding solutions that will work, okay? Libra, you have 7 of Cups, endless choices. So for you, I do see a little bit of lack of direction, right? A little bit of lack of quality in stability for some of you, okay? Or feeling like that. With the Hangman in reverse, some of you may be a little bit of fear of sacrifice if you are not wanting to maybe it's like in a connection or something for some of you. For some reason, that's what's showing. You're maybe not sure if you want to make that connection any further. Okay. Others of you, I do see a little bit fear of sacrifice in your ideas. Okay, saying here that definitely I'm seeing don't sacrifice your ideas because you do have endless choices and opportunities, you know, and some of you are searching for a purpose. So let's say you're a creator, it's going to pop up because it pops up all the time. If you are a creator and you are a Libra, this is saying not all your ideas are horrible. And if you want to start a series, maybe start it as a once a month series, okay? That's something that just keeps showing up for everybody all across the board on different channels here. So that is something I'm just letting you know because you do have endless choices and opportunities and, you know, purpose. But it's just saying if you're a content creator, that is something for you to pay attention to. Don't dive headfirst into it completely. Maybe give it a little bit of a chance. I know normally I say the opposite where it's like, yeah, do that so many days a week or once a week, so for so many months. But this one is saying for certain ideas that you're really unsure of, put it once a month for now. Okay. For some reason, that's your warning sign, Libra. All right. All right, so Neptune placements, right? What do we have here? Aquarius. Aquarius, you have the 6 of Wands, and that's success, victory, and achievement. So some of you may have a little bit of lack of direction with the Chariot in reverse. 8 of Pentacles, a little bit instability. I'm seeing for some of you, it is definitely career-wise. Whether should I stay or should I go is kind of what I'm getting here. Definitely being advised to tell you to stay. Doesn't mean you can't work on other things you want to work on, but it is letting you know that there could be something here that could cause a little bit of issues, especially with that Hangman, okay? That is something that is saying delays, okay? However, if it is a career path that you know, it's kind of like seeing if you can cut your hours down at the one place and just to make sure. It's like don't quit your job until you know for sure. Some of you might be able to cut hours back. For some reason, I'm seeing some of you finishing some kind of degree. Maybe you work at a store, okay? The store gives you stability hours, right? However, you're starting a new career path. Some of you, I'm seeing it could be very well like medical or government type of field. Now, for some reason, that is why they're saying keep that job or cut the hours back, because there's something uncertain. For some of you, even though there's a success and victory and achievement, that could just be talking about your education, right? For some reason, there's this warning I'm seeing here because of the way these cards are. If you're going into some kind of government or healthcare or some kind of profession, it's saying to keep that like job and maybe cut the hours or whatever, just in case of layoffs. Okay, I don't want to scare anybody, but if that is something to note, especially depending on where you live in the world, that is just something I'm being shown to let you know. Anyways, moving on to our water signs. So what do our water signs have here? Okay, water signs, water signs. What do the water signs have? Water signs, water signs. What do they need to know in their Neptune placement, please? For our lovely, wonderful water sign friends, we'll do 3 cards for the collective energy and then 1 card for each sign. All right. So water signs, what do they need to know for their Neptune placement? Water signs. Okay. You have the 7 of Wands in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Moon in reverse. All right. So what is it for Cancer? What is it for Scorpio? And what is it for Pisces, please? Okay. So water signs, you have the 7 of Wands in reverse, exhaustion, defeat, giving up, yielding, lack of self-confidence and motivation, overwhelmed. 4 of Pentacles in reverse, giving up control, bankruptcy, generosity, reckless spending, releasing of the past, financial insecurity. The Moon card in reverse, gaining clarity, releasing fear, finding truth, suppressed emotions, conquering anxiety, prosperity. You could be conquering prosperity as well. Anyways, so for some of you, not all of you, I am definitely seeing here a little bit of defeative kind of energy. Needing to really understand where it is that you don't need to spend. Okay. Some of you, if this is obviously business endeavors, this is saying cut down what you don't need to spend. Okay. And then with the Moon in reverse, it will have a gaining kind of clarity on new ideas. All right. So Cancer, you have the 4 of Swords in reverse. So for you, I see a little bit of exhaustion, right? Needing to pay attention to your finances, getting some clarity. But then some of you may be dealing with some kind of burnout, which could pause what it is you want to do. All right. This is reminding you to take rest within all these steps so that you don't get this burnout kind of energy. All right. Scorpio, you have exhaustion, possibly, right? Gaining up control. For some of you, you're very controlling in some aspects and you need to kind of just like let it go and let it flow kind of situation. Excuse me. I apologize for that. And then you have like this clarity, right? So then with the 2 of Wands in reverse, that is the fear of known. Okay. So for what I'm seeing for some of you, not letting something go could cause a little bit of issues for you because of the fear of unknown. I see this more of anxiety of fear, and it's just saying like it's okay to have that kind of energy. However, it causes avoidance to happen, and then you can't actually see some success for what you want. Then finally, we have the Pisces and you have the Queen of Cups. So you have a little bit of exhaustion, yielding, lack of self-confidence even. Then for some of you, I do see a little bit of acknowledgement of reckless spending. Okay. So if you're in a depressive kind of state and you spend money because it makes you feel happy, this is your warning. Okay. And then you're getting some clarity, right? Finding the truth in yourself, being like, hey, you know what? I'm depressed. So it's kind of like an acknowledging your emotions kind of situation with the Moon in reverse. And then I see you conquering that. All right. But then you got the Queen of Cups. So with that, I'm also seeing having a little bit of compassion, kindness, and empathy for yourself will be very important in this situation. And some of you, with that whole comment I just said about I'm depressed and I'm spending, may go into counseling or therapy to help acknowledge, understand, and kind of like really dive deep into that and understand that kind of concept of yourself. Okay. So that's all I really have for you. And I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you as always, and have a good one. Goodbye now.